Christy Andrews. It's so beautiful. I love your original work. It's really lovely. Really lovely. Good morning. Welcome to Tucson New Thought, to our 9 a.m. gathering. Such a pleasure to have you join us here this morning at our spiritual center and with the spiritual community. I'm Reverend Jonathan Zenz. I'm the founding spiritual director of Tucson New Thought, and it is such a joy. Oh, I'm just taking that in, allowing myself to just live in that energy that you've just created. We gather together as a spiritual community every week to recognize and know and understand one thing and one thing only. And that thing is this, that right where we are, God is. Right where we are, love is. Right where we are, the infinite creative source of all that is. That we are not a drop in the ocean, we are the entire ocean in a drop. And that's what we celebrate here every single week. We are here to create a world that works for everyone, and we do this through our mission here at Tucson New Thought, which is to provide practical tools for personal transformation and awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. And here's what I know about you. It's right behind me. You are magnificent. So celebrate your magnificence. Really celebrate your magnificence. It occurs to me as I'm standing here, I have not opened QLab. You opened it. Thank you. The little technical details that he's on top of, so thank you for that. You are magnificent, so is he, so are we all. I recognize your magnificence because you are a reflection of me, I'm a reflection of you. And what I would love for us to do right now is just take a look around and recognize the reflection of our own magnificence in every single face we see. Just taking a moment to do that. You're magnificent. Would you light the candles? Thank you. As we understand the magnificence in everyone we experience, in every person that exists, every aspect of livingness that makes up the entire body of this universe, one of the things that I love to do every week is this ceremony, this ritual called lighting the flames of faith. And what we're doing here is we're lighting these candles in honor of the faith traditions of the world, with the deepest understanding that each and every one of them is born out of one thing, and that is love. And so we light a candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the divine will of love as the highest calling. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light a candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light a candle for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and presence of spirit in their lives, and for the space that we are holding for them, and for all faith traditions unnamed in this ceremony. And this final candle we light is a candle that represents the healing of any circumstance that requires divinity to be revealed. This is your candle for whatever is in your mind and in your heart that requires the light. Thank you. The candle to your left is our peace candle, which we keep illuminated with the understanding that as it is consistently illuminated, it is a reflection of the peace that is consistently illuminated in our hearts, provided we decide for it to stay illuminated. And in that decision, as we keep peace illuminated in our hearts, it expands from our beingness to affect the entire world. And so we honor this candle with these words written by James Dillett Freeman, slightly modified, this prayer for protection. Let's read this together. Truly, the light of peace surrounds us, the love of peace enfolds us, the power of peace protects us, and the presence of peace watches over us. Wherever we are, peace is. So I'm going to invite you now to take a breath as we go into a time of centering. If it's comfortable and you'd like to close your eyes, I invite you to do so. Simply just relaxing into the here and now moment, this perfect moment. Letting go of anything that has preceded this moment. Releasing any anxiety for what may be ahead, just being here and now. I will read this month's affirmation, and I invite you to take it into your heart as a centering and focal point for this time of quiet. The affirmation is, I am a magnificent blank page of infinite possibility. I am a magnificent blank page of infinite possibility. And so now in this moment, simply allowing yourself to be awash in the feeling of that. That in that recognition that each and every one of us is the entire ocean in a drop. Infinite possibility is available to and through each and every one of us, for we are that which is. Let us be rooted now in this sense that there is absolutely no separation. There is only the good and the constructive and the evolutionary. This absolute creative power is who and what we are. And in this allowance, let us begin to focus on the breath. Without force, without making it happen, let us deepen into the awareness that it is happening. The simple flow of each inhale and exhale. It represents the infinite flow of spirit. With each breath in, we are breathing in love. And with each exhale, we are breathing out love. And this room is immersed in this energy of love. This energy expands beyond the physical barriers of this building. It expands and expands. This entire city is immersed in the love that we radiate from this point. And as it continues to expand, it reaches every corner of this country, this continent, this world. The love we have to share expands beyond this world to the solar system, the galaxy, the entire universe. The entire universe is awash in the love we share right here, right in this moment, right at the core. Awash in this love, I invite you to gently repeat, using your inner voice, these words. I am here. I am fully present. I am open to a positive, inspiring experience for myself and everyone whom I encounter. Thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Take charge of what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a sense of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes a prayer. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Take charge of what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a sense of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes a prayer. Thank you. I did a thing that I didn't really talk about very much. Prior to the beginning of this year, I used to put the... We don't need to see those lyrics anymore. I used to put the affirmation printed in the program each month. But what I decided to do is to start printing the affirmations on business cards. And they're handed out to you, but there's also a stack of them over there. So if you feel like you want to take affirmation cards and share them with people, I invite you to do that, because I think everyone should know and affirm for themselves, I am a magnificent blank page of infinite possibility. So those are available for you. And if we're getting, it's 2 more Sundays in this month, and we'll have a whole new affirmation next month. So take the cards and spread them far and wide. Scrapbook them, yeah. Maybe they'll become collector's items someday, so. Yeah. Yeah, like baseball cards. If you would please provide for me a number between 25 and 60. 33, that's a good number. Now, why did I go 23 through 25 through 60? Because we are in Back to Basics month, and so I'm going to the basics of the philosophy. On page 33 of the Science of Mind, 1, 2, 3, there are 3 full paragraphs and 1 paragraph that'll fall into the next page. So 1 to 4, 1, 2, 3, or 4? 3. 33, number 3. Now, I will say, I'm quite certain this number and this paragraph have come up before. Because I'm thinking, of course, I've also read this book a million times. I'm thinking, wow, this is so familiar. but it's a good one. Ooh, yes. It reads like this. When we learn to trust the universe, we shall be happy, prosperous, and well. We must learn to come under that divine government and accept the fact that nature's table is ever filled. Never was there a cosmic famine. I love that. Never was there a cosmic famine. I'm going to read the whole paragraph because I just love it. I may not talk about the whole paragraph, but I'm going to read the whole thing. The finite alone has wrought and suffered. The infinite lies stretched in smiling repose. And so it is. God is always God. No matter what our emotional storm or what our objective situation may be, there is always something hidden in that inner being that has never been violated. We may stumble, but always there is that eternal voice forever whispering within our ear, that thing which causes the eternal quest, that thing which forever sings and sings. Isn't that a beautiful paragraph? Yes. Really beautiful paragraph. If you're starting class on Wednesday, this will be part of your first homework assignment, is to read these particular pages. When we learn to trust the universe, we shall be happy, prosperous, and well. To what degree, and really this is the question, and it's rhetorical. To what degree do you truly trust the universe? To what degree do you truly trust the universe? Now, there are going to be those of you out there going to say, oh, well, I mean, perhaps, maybe people online watching, you're going to say, oh, well, I've got it. I figured it out. I trust the universe implicitly at all times, under every circumstance, in every situation. I know who I am, and I am in an infinite place of trust. And if that is so, then I welcome you to be up here because I'm not there yet. I work at it, but I'm not there yet. And I think that one of the things that really inspires me about this philosophy, and it actually came up, so on the spiritual cinema that we watched on Friday night, it actually came up a lot for me, which is this understanding. There is no cap, there is no end, there is no destination, there is no place we're getting to except to understand that we are ever expanding on the journey. So I can say, when I learn to trust the universe, my life is learning to trust the universe more and more every single day. That's why I will never say that I have arrived. Although in many senses, I think I have arrived. But I will never fully commit to the idea that I have completely arrived, because if I completely arrived, that means I have transcended this physical limited experience, and I am all that is. That's, I think, when we arrive. Roll up those sleeves. So my life is a constant unfoldment of deeper and deeper aspects of living in trust and faith. And it is constant work, and nobody ever wants to hear that. It is work until it's not. And that's what I love to say, is that as I embody a new idea, as I utilize the practical tools that we provide, or that I take on and learn from other modalities, as I learn, as I continue to expand my awareness, as I continue to go out in the world and educate myself into ways of thinking and ways of being that I don't necessarily live right now, I continue in a constant state of arrival. I am constantly arriving. I am constantly becoming. I am constantly unfolding. How about you? How about you? Now, I can say that I trust the universe with this in mind. I live in a place of faith knowing that I don't have to coerce anything to make my life happy, prosperous, and well. I just have to decide that that is how I'm going to live. I live my life with this conscious idea in mind. I am happy, I am prosperous, and I am well. And it has nothing to do with the circumstances I'm experiencing, ever. But the more I embody that idea, the more I embody the idea of being happy, prosperous, and well, the more the circumstances of my life align to be just that. Happy, prosperous, and well. I used to, when I first came into the science of mind, I was like, ooh, here's a philosophy that is telling me, ooh, I can have it all. I can have anything I want. I can create anything I want. I can manifest anything I want. And that is absolutely true to the degree that I'm equal to that thing in mind first and foremost. Because here's actually the truth behind the truth. You are always manifesting exactly what you want, exactly what you require, and exactly what you specify in your mind, whether you are aware of it or not. I talked last week about our levels of awareness. We are always creating no matter what. No matter what. We are always creating, and we are creating based on our, do you remember the word I used last week? Mental equivalent. I don't know if I used it in 9 o'clock. I definitely used it in the second. The mental equivalent is a very simple idea that has a very jargon type word, phrase associated with it. The mental equivalent is simply this, the idea. That's it. I could just as easily say, my ideas create my experience. But we like, as I said last week, we like in Science of Mind to say, oh, our mental equivalent creates the flow of our lives, right? Now, our ideas create. Now, does every idea create? Does every single thought that comes into your head create? Yes? 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 Because I'm like, I'm actually, maybe this is not a rhetorical question. Maybe this is me actually asking the question. Does every single idea that comes into your mind create the experience in that moment? Great. I have the idea of a pink elephant in this room. May I? Do I? I have the idea of a pink elephant in this room right now. Why has it not been created?
It has. The idea of the elephant is now in all our heads.
Yeah, but why has it not? Why has the physical manifestation not shown up in this room? We're all thinking it, pink elephant. In fact, you almost can't not think it when I say it, right? Pink elephant.
But you believe it.
Ah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Do I believe, and do we have a collective belief that a pink elephant will suddenly manifest from out of seeming nothingness in this room, right here and right now? Or do we believe that there is some limitation? Now, I believe underneath the surface, we are living with these limitations in mind that have been rooted into our conscious awareness, our consciousness at the level of awareness and mostly below the level of awareness, that hold us back from living the most magnificent life we can experience. Those beliefs are rooted in by the things we learn. Who was it? I might have been you who was telling me about the experience of a newborn. The experience of a newborn is that they have absolutely, it's a blank slate, right? And there's just absolute nothing but love there. There's openness and love, and oh yes, living in the infinite space of love. And then they start learning things. And as we learn, we create beliefs rooted in those places of learning. The moment we are told no by anyone, by our parents, by our peers, by anyone, the moment we are told no, to the degree that we believe it, that becomes a stopper in our life. So a lot of what we are doing in this philosophy is unlearning everything that we've taken on as learning and taken on as belief. Because the only thing the only limit of the unlimited is our belief. That's it. The only limit of the unlimited is our belief. And so our beliefs basically create the container of our experience. Now, I do hold to this notion that if we firmly believed that we could manifest out of thin air a pink elephant in this room, it would happen. I also hold to this belief. Do we really need to do that?
And who's going to clean up from it?
And who's going to clean up from it? Yeah, right? Which makes me laugh. So I have to laugh at this because we had our leadership council meeting wow, it was just last Sunday, wasn't it? Our leadership council meeting a week ago. And then we had a follow-up meeting to talk about what are the jobs that need to be done here at the center. And one of them, it comes down to janitorial, right? And I said, well, mostly that's been me. And people say, but you're the minister. I'm like, this is what ministry looks like today. But it makes me think like, I'm so grateful that I don't have to clean that up. But if somebody really wants to clean up after a pink elephant, I invite you to volunteer to be a housekeeper here. We must learn to come under that divine government and accept the fact that nature's table is ever filled. Nature's table is ever filled. It's like we are always sitting down to dine at the most magnificent meal to the degree that we believe we can. Never was there a cosmic famine. Your life is infinitely possible because the infinite is expansively probable. Yeah, that works for me. Yeah, the probability for all to come into experience and effect exists within the universal wholeness. The probability, the possibility to tap into that infinite nature exists within each and every one of us, as each and every one of us. So, the question today really is, can you begin to identify the places, and this is the work for me. I never say, you have to figure this out. This is the work for me to do on my own as well, for me personally. But I'm going to invite you to do this work with me. Can you begin to identify the places in your life where you are truly limited? Those things begin, first and foremost, in mind. And I'll say they end in mind too. Those limitations begin and end in mind, and then they just show up as the expression of life. They just show up as the expression of life. But as we broaden those ideas of limitation, as we break through those barriers of limitation, life gets better and better and better and better. But you also decide what better looks like. You get to decide how to define what better looks like. Because what's better for me in the expression of my life is not necessarily the way that your life expresses as better. You get to decide. How great is that? You don't have to be limited to anybody else's idea of what you should be or who you should be or how you should show up in this world. But a lot of people are going to try and convince you that you need to be a certain way. You need to, wow, you are so far beyond the norm. What is normal? You are so far outside what is acceptable in society. Who cares? You get to decide what works for you. You get to decide. So that's, I think, really what I think I'm going to leave you with today. To remind you, there was never a cosmic famine. God is always God. That is who and what you are. So fly forth today freely, being exactly who you choose to be, unlimiting yourself and moving forward as the magnificent, trusting universe that you are. Namaste. And with that, keep putting this thing down. I never know where to find it. I need, you know what, maybe I'll put a little piece of tape there. So with that, let's root ourselves into this notion. Very simply. Touched you, that spark, whatever it is, allow yourself to move into that space in whatever way it's inspired you, and let it be present as we sing this. God is, I am, right here, right now. Right here, I am. What I know is that right here and right now, there is that which is the infinite nature of divine life being fully expressed as each and every one of us, for that is all there is. There is infinite source, there is infinite creativity, there is infinite love, and nothing else. This infinite source expresses as love, as all creation. And I know this is who and what each and every one of us is. And so I root my mind with the power of infinite creation, backing it into this mental equivalent. That there is only love. That we are fully in charge of our lives. And our lives continually unfold magnificently. I trust this, I know this, and I live in gratitude for this understanding. And I know that we are each and every one of us blessed in this understanding. And so life is getting better and better and better. Even when it seems to be the best, it is getting better. So I trust this and know this, and with deep gratitude in my heart, I simply step back into faith, let myself fall back into the arms of grace and trust, and let it be so. As together we say, and so it is. God is, I am, right here, right now, right here, right now. God is, I am. When I started Tucson New Thought, I started with the paradigm of this very high energy thing happening every Sunday, you know, and that's what we do at the 10:30 gathering. It's very high energy. But I'll tell you, when we started this first more contemplative gathering in November, it's just changed a lot for me. And I'm so grateful for this time that we choose to be together. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to, you know, express spirit in a different way. And I am grateful for your commitment to being here. Tucson New Thought is a community that is thriving based on your support, your contributions. And so I'm going to invite you to take out whatever it is you're offering the center today in terms of a tithe, an investment, a gift, a contribution. Doesn't matter what you call it. What it is the energy of love in form that is flowing forth and expressing as Tucson New Thought. What matters ultimately is the sharing of love, and this is a reflection of the love in your heart. I honor your commitment to the vision and mission of Tucson New Thought. I'm grateful for your support and the blessings that you share. And so let's read together as you hold this and recognize the energy of it, holding it in your hand. Let's read together this statement of divine givingness. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that spirit is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of my spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And as the basket goes around, we'll sing our giving song. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I'm so grateful, grateful, grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so That's like the upbeat part of the 9 a.m. Marvis, if you would, please, let's just take a moment of reflection right here and right now to recognize and know that what is in this basket is the energy of love in form. It is the energy of God. It is God as money. And I know that there is absolutely no separation. And as I accept what has been offered here, I do so with deep gratitude in my heart, knowing that this money supports the vision and mission of Tucson New Thought. It is utilized with the highest integrity by the leadership of this organization. And as it makes its temporary stop in the infinite circulation through Tucson New Thought, each and every one of us in this community is blessed by this offering. And so I simply give over with deep gratitude and let it be so. As together we say, and so it is. Thank you. All right. Oh, it's this.
Good morning, everyone. Here are your Tucson New Thought announcements for January 19th, 2020. Tuesday morning, grab a cup of coffee and your computer at 10 o'clock a.m. Arizona time. Join Reverend Jonathan and Reverend Steph St. Amand for their monthly Conscious Coffee Connection, a monthly online discussion group. Join us this Wednesday for guided meditation. This week, we will be focused on mindful work related to the sacral chakra, the center point for creativity and emotional stability. Join us Wednesday evening at 6 o'clock p.m. Following this week's meditation, we begin class. Spiritual Foundations, also known as New Thought 101, begins this Wednesday at 7 o'clock p.m. Reverend Jonathan will guide you through an 8-week course that will answer your questions about New Thought and science of mind. Sign up now at the information table or online at TucsonNewThought.org. Our annual committee meeting is coming up following our 10:30 a.m. gathering on January 26th. Join us to learn about the business of spirit as Tucson New Thought, elect new members to the Leadership Council, and see where we've come from and where we are headed as a spiritual community. If you think you might be interested in running for an open Leadership Council position, please speak with Reverend Jonathan or one of the current members of the Leadership Council. Sunday, January 26th is also the last Sunday of the month, so it's Potluck Sunday. Bring a dish to share and enjoy your food during the annual community meeting. If Tucson New Thought is the right spiritual home for you at this point of your experience, we invite you to consider membership. Simply fill out a membership form and give it to Reverend Jonathan or one of the members of the Leadership Council. As we prepare to deliver your giving statements for 2019, we would like to ensure that we have your correct information on file. If you have made an identifiable contribution in 2019 but didn't provide more than your name, please let us know and provide us with your address and email so we can properly deliver your statement. If you are not sure whether we have your correct information on file, please let us know. We will be happy to look it up for you. For more information, check out our website at TucsonNewThought.org and connect with us on Facebook and Instagram at Tucson New Thought. Thank you for being here and sharing your magnificence with us.
And thank you.
Yes, thank you to Darwin for being the voice of our announcements. I wanted to mention, so one of the first announcements was the Conscious Coffee Connection, and you may think, well, how do I access that? There's actually a link on the homepage at TucsonNewThought.org. If you go there and click that link, it'll take you right, it'll open up everything and you can participate in the conversation with us. It is a virtual experience, so it's all online. So if you have a camera and a microphone on your computer, you can participate. If you don't, you can watch us have the conversation. There's also a chat function, so you can type in questions if that comes up for you. But I'd love to see you all there if you have the availability to do that at that time on Tuesday mornings, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Tucson time. Well, see, it changes because we do it based on Pacific time zone. So I don't remember. I think it's 10 a.m. now. It's all online, and you can find it on our website. I want to say thank you to Aiden for our technical support today. I want to say thank you to Marvis for being our greeter. And I want to say thank you to Christy for your magnificent music and all that you bring to this experience of magnificent Tucson New Thoughtness. And I want to say thank you to every single one of you for making your presence known here and for joining me at this morning's 9 a.m. contemplative gathering. We're going to finish out this morning with this beautiful Kundalini blessing set to music. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on. Make it a magnificent week, everyone. Thank you. Namaste.